So this is going to be the walkthrough video for session 2 of the Treasure Hunt game. Treasure Hunt is a weekly game we play in Manyland every Saturday. And the way you play is you take a look at this list right here. And each week there are 30 different treasures hidden on the treasure island. And each piece has a different point value. And if you're one of the first 3 players to collect that item, by dragging it to your inventory, you are awarded the points associated with each treasure. So at the top you see we have a Nimbus crystal for 10, and the bottom 15 are each worth 2 points. So even if you miss the event on Saturday, you can still come to this island and play the game before we reset the area for the next week. And I'll put the link to that area in the description of this video. So let's get started. Each week we also have a unique piece of equipment. This week it's the Mega Drill. And let's get started. So to equip the item, you either drag it to your character or click it from your inventory. And here we have 2 resource nodes, a mineral deposit and a pile of sand. So let's get started. All I do is equip my drill and press space to dig out a piece of treasure. So I have my goggles. And each time I hit space, there's a 75% chance that I will find a piece of treasure. So I'm going to focus on this mineral deposit for now. And since the game's already over, I know what I'm looking for. There's 3 pieces hidden in this deposit. But if I didn't know that, I could read the list and deduce based on the names of the items where they were hidden. As long as I knew what the names were. There's just one more, that was it, this piece of stone, and the rest are hidden in these sand piles. And I have to be careful not to throw the item once I find it, because the space key is used to throw items, to consume items, and to use your equipment. It's your all-purpose action button. My character just drank some vodka, so I'm seeing stars in the sky. And there's just a couple more items I'm looking for in the sand. I'm going to try a different pile. I think there's only one more, maybe 2. I'll have to take a look. Ah, that was the one I was looking for. There we go. So I'll take another look at my list. Got the ores, got the tools. Yep, so this was all that was hidden here. And if I didn't know what was going on, I could come to these NPCs and see if they'd respond to any keywords. The Nimbus crystal was the #1 treasure at 10 points, so that lets me know it's probably something the NPCs know about. So she's telling me they use crystals as a power source, and that she could construct a Nimbus crystal. So I'm going to ask her about it again. Help me construct a Nimbus crystal. She needs bright, smoky, and regular Azura's crystals, which were on the list. And she's telling me she also needs a metal rod, which was on the list. So I'm going to need those lower point treasures to construct or craft the higher point treasure. And I'm just repeating keywords she tells me to get more clues. So she's telling me I need a laser beamer to harvest them. So where do I find my laser beamer? She says Agent Rust is the weapons specialist. And Agent Rust is right over here. So I'm going to ask her how to make the laser beamer. It's going to cost me some vodka, which I have. So I'm going to hold it in my hands just by clicking it once. And then I'm going to press space while her name is highlighted, which means she'll collect it from me. So she needs a charged amethyst and a metal rod. And the other NPC also needed a metal rod. And she's telling me I can make it in a smelter. And I'll need shiny ore and a chunk of ore, which I already have. I found those earlier in the resource nodes. So where do I get charged amethyst? I need a natural power source like a flare or volcano. So let's go look on Azura's Isle, which is where the first NPC told me I would find the crystals I need. So I already know where the island is, but if you didn't, you could just explore a little bit and you would find it. And if we go over here, we see our taxi from the previous tutorial video on my channel. Gave us a ride over the water. And if I go down here, so there's the sign, Azura's Isle, and if I collect that sign by dragging it to my inventory, this is a place name. If I right click it, or just click it, it'll bring up the map on my screen, and then I can just click the location I want to go to teleport instantly. So if I ever get lost, I can just use that place name for my inventory. So here is a smelter. And I want to make a metal rod, so I'm going to put the ore in. And here's my metal rod. Just click it and drag to my inventory. Here's a storage unit, and it's locked. So I have a key. I'm not authorized to use this. I have an access pass. Now I can use it, and I can unlock it with my key, and I get my trolley cart, which I will drag to my inventory. So here's an NPC, a gem cutter. And she tells me the mining machine produced lots of gems. And over here, if I right click, I see it's a mining machine. And there's an operator down here. So how do I get the mining machine to work? I need to turn it on with the key and make sure it has fuel and oil. I don't have fuel and oil, but I saw those items on the treasure list earlier, so I can go down deeper. Here are the Azura's crystals. I see them and just confirm by right-clicking. So what do we have down here? There's some crude petroleum and an oil refiner, and there's also some oil drums, and this says gatherable, so I know that means I can pick it up. When I hit space, nothing happens, so I know that I'm going to need another item to pick it up, and since an oil drum is heavy, I probably need this trolley cart. And I do. So if I hit space, I can catch it and drag it to my inventory. So I know that I need oil to run the mining machine. When I hit space with my hands, I do not collect the oil. But if I try with the oil drum and hit space, now I have the crude petroleum that I need. So I'm going to bring this over to the oil refiner. And when I hit space, nothing happens. So let's try using the access pass and turnkey, which helped us unlock the storage unit earlier. So the access pass doesn't do anything, but the turnkey turned it on. So I'm going to put the crude petroleum in the refiner. And now I have diesel. And now I have oil. So we'll go back upstairs. I'll put the diesel in the operator. The engine revs. I'll add some oil. And I'll turn it on with the turnkey. And the gems shoot right out. So now I have a mini game where I have to actually catch them as they come out of the machine. And I'm unequipping the key from my hands to make it easier to catch the gems as they come out. So now I just need the orange one, or the red one, depending on. Almost. It's not as easy as it looks. Okay, well, I'm just going to cheat because I already know what it is and I have it collected already. It's the tiger's eye. If I can actually, maybe I don't have it collected. Okay, how did I do this earlier? There we go, it's right there. Raw tiger's eye. Okay, so I'm going to come back to my gem cutter who needs equipment to cut gems. Which equipment do you need? Goggles, chisel, and jeweler's rouge, which I have. So I'm just going to equip those and give them to her. Okay. I'll give her the amethyst. I'll drag that to my inventory. And then I'll use my, even though I have both, I'll still demonstrate how this is done. All right. So I have my amethyst, and I know that the other NPC needs a charged amethyst. And she told me I was going to need a volcano. And here's a volcano. So nothing happens here. So I'm going to try actually going in the lava. And you can hear my character's heartbeat because this is a harmful environment and it's damaging my health bar by being near an active volcano. But that worked. I have a charged amethyst now. So it's time to go back to the main island, and if I hit F9 on my keyboard, it brings up the map I showed you earlier, and I can just click this area here to transport back to the NPC. So here we are. So she needs her metal rod and charged amethyst. So now I have my laser beamer, which I'm going to collect so I don't lose. Then click again to collect, bring up my map with F9, and teleport back to the cave with the crystals in it. And so for this part, to actually harvest these, I have to use my laser gun, which is going to be kind of tricky. Because I have to shoot them down and then collect them before they disappear. So there's one. Have the regular one. I just need the other two. There's the smoky one. I just need the bright one. And there we go. I have all three. So these are raw, like how the other gems were raw. So I'm going to go back to my gem cutter and have her cut them for me. And then I just collect it. And then I just need the last one. There we go. I have all three. I'm going to bring up the map again and return to the first NPC. And after I turn these items in, she will give me the Nimbus crystal, which was the last item I needed. Alright, so now she will craft the Nimbus crystal for me. And through the process of finding the ingredients I needed, I also found the rest of the treasures on the list. So that is how we play the treasure hunt game in Manyland. You don't have to compete against other players, but if you want to, we have this every Saturday, and I'll put the links with more information in the description. Thanks for watching.